Well, our moms think we're funny.
Hello, everyone. My name is Turk182.
And I'm Acomi.
No,
I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. I was going to say,
Interrupt you.
sometimes I go by the name the Count of Monte Fisto. I was going to say, I've also been known to go by Shogun of Harlem. And, no, I'm not going to reveal that name. It's private. It's private. So,
Sometimes I go by my business name, Holden McHawk.
what about DP? You not do that one anymore?
D to the P. D Pity.
Donkey Puncherello. Oh. So hey everybody, how's it going?
I'm super. Thanks for asking. Yeah, no, I'm good.
I was talking to Analog.
Yeah.
Analog Aperture. We Zold225 had a birthday about a month ago.
Yeah.
And he had everybody over and he was grilling outside. And it's about 8 o'clock at night. It's about 40 degrees out. And I didn't know he was going to be grilling. He sent me a text that said, hey, having a birthday party, we can start about 5:30, 6 o'clock, if you can come over, bring sides. Like, bring sides?
Yeah.
Bring sides? Like macaroni salad? Like, bring sides? Like, what the fuck is bring sides? Nowhere did he say that he was having like a cookout.
Right, yeah.
Just bring sides. So I'm like, man, and I talked to it, with my northern friend, right?
Right.
And I'm like, bring sides? What the fuck is bring sides, right? And I'm like, I'm not bringing no fucking sides. I don't know why I had this adverse reaction to that. Like,
No, fuck you!
Fuck
you and fuck your birthday!
I'm like, I'm not bringing any fucking sides. You must be crazy. I mean, some context. It turns out that he told everybody else, like, he was going to be grilling,
right.
but not me.
It's always great just drop you right out of the memo.
And it was because they were all playing. He told them on Discord when they were playing D&D, and of course I wasn't there. So I show up and I get there before anybody else. So I'm always getting there late because it takes a lot after work to really kind of get me out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already here. I take 10 steps from my laptop to my sofa, and so it's gonna he lives like 3 miles away from me, right? So it's 3 miles, to get to his house, or 10 feet to the sofa. Like, So I get there early, and we're talking and that kind of stuff, and then everyone else comes over, and he's grilling, and of course I'm outside. I'm talking to Analog, and I'm like I didn't know it was going to be cold, and I was going to be outside. I brought the wrong jacket for this.
Right.
And so we're kind of trying to bundle up here. I'm like sticking my arms like you pull them inside my coat, and then I pull the sleeves inside too. And so he's like putting the meat on the grill and stuff, and then the wind blew because it was kind of gusty that day.
Yeah.
The wind blew, and it blew some ashes out of the grill, and they kind of went floating through the air. And I was like, Zold, I don't feel so good. But anyway, so Analog and I were talking, and he mentioned that thing that you were just talking about there.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I didn't know about that. I was like, that's pretty interesting. So, it was just, kind of funny that he just happened to mention that. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, anyway, just tossing a shout out to my friends.
Yeah.
And Analog, like, we keep trying to get him on the show, but it seems like whenever we're ready to record, he unfortunately isn't free.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Just not in the cards right now, but hopefully soon.
Yep. Cats. Not to be trusted. Okay.
All right. So, been playing any good video games lately?
So I got my hair done the other day, and my stylist was asking me, like, it's like, so she asked the same thing. It's like, you played any good video games now? Play any video games? Like, I have not played any videos, and I was like, I haven't played any video games. Like, I haven't played any, and I'm like nothing. Like, I haven't gone back to playing Fallout. I haven't gone back to playing like Cyberpunk. I wanted to finish playing up Spider-Man. So I could like play Miles Morales, but that's fine because I don't have a PS5, so that's not as important right now. I'm all about that exaggerated swagger. So asshole.
It was so cringy.
And it's still like nothing. No blowback from that.
Still doing what he does.
Just want to beat the shit out of him while screaming exaggerated swagger. Kind of like what's the frequency, Kenneth? Be like, exaggerated swagger, exaggerated swagger.
I mean, the best way to teach him his lesson is to just make an exaggerated swagger up to him before you just like punch him right in the throat.
And I'd be like, what? You didn't see that coming?
And here we see this podcast. We're approaching us with the exaggerated swagger.
So anyway, but yeah, I realized I really hadn't played any video games, and I thought about it, I was like, why haven't I played any? I'm like, I'm so tired after work.
Mm-hmm.
Because like before, I knew I had to drive like 30 minutes home, and I wouldn't stay in work as late because I was like, I still got to drive 30 minutes home because of my schedule. I'm always like driving in as the sun's coming up, and I'm leaving after the sun's gone down.
Yep. Same.
But then I had that 30-minute like cool down between work and home.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have that now. I've got a 10-foot cool down between work and home, which is not a cool down at all. So I don't have the time or the energy to like jump into and do like a 48-hour like Fallout play or to immerse myself in some Cyberpunk or anything else. So that being said, Monday, March 1st.
March 1st. What about March 1st?
We're talking about video games. Yeah. March 1st, it's the first of the month.
Oh yeah, new PlayStation stuff. Holy shit, yeah.
It's nothing like downloading new PlayStation games to go in your library when you're currently not playing video games and haven't played video games in a month, but you're so excited for the first of the month.
So, last game I actually played all the way through was Mario 64, because Nintendo released the Mario 64 or Mario 3D All-Stars 3-pack on the Switch. So I did play through that, because that game was a big part of my childhood. And, but, it wasn't a huge time investment either, because, I've played through the game before.
Right.
So, I did that, and then, I got crazy excited when they released Scott Pilgrim on the Switch. Because, that's a game I've wanted to play since I found out about Scott Pilgrim.
So, interesting story. Not to hijack your thing, but during Zold's birthday gathering, we were either going to play Scott Pilgrim, because there were 5 of us there, or we were going to watch something. And it turns out, I forget what we were going to watch. It was only going to be an hour or so. As it turns out, though, he actually didn't have either one of them. He was just going to buy them right then. So he goes to buy them, and he goes to buy Scott Pilgrim, and he keeps getting this error about it downloaded, but then it was there was a discrepancy with the registration or the licensing key.
Wow.
So he was like, what? So he deleted it and downloaded it again, and it kept giving that error. Turned the PlayStation off, turned it back on, called Roy. Roy said, did you turn the PlayStation off, turn it back on? He's like, yes. And then, so then, Bowyer, looks up on his phone, and turns out the PlayStation Network was down.
Oh, shit.
So we couldn't do either of them.
Well, yeah, but, I was, so crazy excited about that, and I played the first level, and then I haven't touched it since then.
I have, and I should still have it, the demo on the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And I could that first level is so damn long. I could not get through it, man. On the demo, it was
it's really long. Yeah,
I was playing. I'm like, when is this shit gonna end? And so I never made it all the way through the first level just because it was so long.
Yeah, no, I mean, it goes all the way up until you get to the band and fight Matthew Patel. So yeah, I managed to get through that and play through a bonus level or something. Then it was and I'm done for the night, and then the Switch has been sitting off ever since then. So, I don't know. I feel like I always feel like I'm not being productive when I'm playing video games. So maybe if I do something like Pokemon Art Academy or something where I'm still like producing art, then maybe I could justify doing games with it.
Pokemon Art Academy?
You haven't seen Pokemon Art Academy?
I have no idea what it is.
Well, I mean, if you just do it the way Nintendo intended it, it's like the most boring shit ever. And it's a miracle that it was ever even approved, but you can actually have some fun with it if you're a rule breaker. So Pokemon Art Academy is...
Well, we know you are, Mr. Anarchist.
Right? So Pokemon Art Academy is supposed to just be giving you like little step-by-step art lessons on how to draw Pokemon, and it's actually a fairly robust drawing program. It's got like pencils and ink pens and different coloring tools, things like that. So it'll be like, oh, this lesson we're going to teach you how to draw a Pikachu, and then it'll be like, oh, draw an oval, draw ovals for the ears, that kind of shit. Just typical how to draw stuff.
So let me ask you, so when you first started playing that, did you spend like the first 24 hours just getting all of your brushes in order?
No, it's already pre-organized with that, and you can't download custom stuff like you can with Clip Studio. So, but, I mean, of course, like, I'm just using it to do, like, Sonichu shit right now.
Wow, because that's important.
Yeah, it's critically important.
So, you plan on joining that church?
Hell no, you gotta pay, like, $300 for that medallion.
What?
Fuck that.
$300?
Wait, how much was it? Hold on, let me pull it up.
Get the fuck out of here!
I cannot, I'm being serious! For those who don't know, Chris Chan has started the glorious Golden Church of Sonichu. And is selling golden Sonic medallions. Wait, how much is this shit? Oh, it's only $60. That's affordable. For entry into heaven? I mean, that's priceless.
Entry into Sonic heaven. There's a difference.
That's the dimension of Quickville, which I'm pretty sure is just heaven.
The dimension of Quickville?
Yeah. Which, I mean, now the dimensional merge is over. Chris just got back into Sonichu's body a couple days ago. Or Sonichu just went back into his own body, and Chris went back into his body a couple days ago. So, like, the dimensional merge is complete. Heaven is a place on Earth now.
And what is that heaven called again? Was it
Quickville?
Quickville.
Yeah.
Sounds like what I call my bed. Hey, baby, you want to take a trip to Quickville?
Yeah. But yeah. So, you know, neither of us really get a ton of time to play video games anymore. But,
no, that's true.
You know, we're both pretty enthusiastic fans, and a lot of the stuff that we're involved in is centered around video games. So I started thinking, you know, we're kind of personalities. You know, to our 10 listeners per show.
Yes,
we're personalities. And you know, we more or less, you know, we're really just playing ourselves, but we are basically characters.
Because you are a character doesn't mean you have character.
So it got me thinking, you know, what if we got put into a video game? What if a video game was made about Acomi and Turk?
Okay.
You know, not name redacted and name redacted, but actually Acomi and Turk are online personas.
Okay.
So
now, is it a game that we're both in, or do we have our own separate games?
Selectable characters, I thought.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought for our game.
So it's okay,
characters.
like Ninja Turtles or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I can.
Or Mario 2, something like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Mario 2. Mario 2's so good.
Mario 2 was the shit, yeah.
That's actually a game I really wanted to sit down and like play all the way through again. I remember playing that all the way through, like multiple times, just, you know. The one thing I have to say about that game is, I don't remember what level it is, but it's the one where the thing spits out the egg and you gotta jump on it and ride it across the water.
Oh, yeah.
How the fuck was I supposed to know that?
I want to say that was stage... maybe 5?
I mean, I tried so many things to get across from that, and then someone told me, because I was like, I can't get across, it's pissing me off. And I was like,
stage 1 was the grass area, and you fight Mouser. Stage 2, you're in the desert, and you fight... the snake, Triclide. Stage 3, shit, what was stage 3 an ice stage? I think so.
Stage 3 is denial. Stage 4, acceptance. I know I'm never going to be able to defeat this level.
All I really remember is that like stage 5 is another ice stage, stage 6 is the desert, and stage 7 is the final stage up in the sky.
But I didn't know that, and then someone told me, I'm like, how was I supposed to figure it out? I tried everything. I tried using like was it Peach or whatever to float across, but she can't float that. But like, how do I get across there? Like, there was nothing to tell me that. And I guess the idea was like, if you had jumped on one of those once before and didn't like jump on it and immediately grab the egg, then you would have realized that you would have just, rode on. But I never did that because, why would I? I got to grab the egg and throw it back at him so I can defeat him. Anyway, so that pissed me off. But once I got through that, I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. This game's awesome. No, sorry, you were saying.
No, that was it.
No.
Podcast over. Thanks, everybody.
So you were saying that about the hold on, selectable characters like that. So we go into a game like that and have selectable characters. And I guess we have our own different strengths and stuff.
But you know what? It's your game that you're designing here, so you could do like a red and blue version.
Oh, like Halo.
Yeah, Halo Red and Blue.
Yeah, Halo Red and Blue.
Is there Halo Red and Blue? I don't play Halo. Man.
I don't either, but there's the cartoon.
Well, yeah, there's the cartoon.
Well, it's always red versus blue in the cartoon.
Yeah, but they don't have like a red and blue version where you pick a freaking Charizard and stuff. That's what I was.
Oh, okay, you're talking about that. Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, you say red and blue, and I'm like, I think, well, you're talking about Project Echo, or you're talking about Halo, like, and then Pokemon comes in last because I mean, to me there wasn't a red or blue. It was like, of course I'm taking blue. It's got freaking Blastoise and Squirtle.
Yeah, but you can choose who you want.
So anyway, tell me about your game. Because this is your idea.
I'm going first here.
Yeah, this is your idea.
So I thought a lot about it, and there's a lot of game genres that I really gravitate towards. I really like RPGs, especially the more like unconventional RPGs like Earthbound or like Mario RPG, Paper Mario, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the weird, wacky stuff like that. Of course, I love side-scrolling beat-em-ups. The very first game we did for the Korova Game Bar was River City Ransom.
God, that fucking game.
I just got done talking about Scott Pilgrim, so I love that. And of course, I love point-and-click adventures. I love Secret of Monkey Island, love Neverhood. So point-and-click is a big thing. So, I was thinking about it, and it's like, any one of those things could really work for the kind of persona and banter that we have going on with stuff. We would do well in any of those game environments as far as our characters go, because so much of it would just be reliant on dialogue. So, that'd be cool with an RPG, or that'd be cool with, like, a point-and-click. So for a long time, I had a really hard time settling on it, and then it occurred to me that during my solo gameplay stuff, I came across a little gem that I was very fond of, and it actually fits in with exactly the kind of game I would want to make if I were making any kind of a game, which was a Bobo's Big Adventure. So, I'm sure you recall a Bobo's Big Adventure. Every single stage was...
Isn't that the one where you kind of play Little Mac and you're doing the...
You're fighting Little Mac, yeah.
Right. And because you did that for your channel...
Yeah.
Before it was us.
Yeah, back before the merger. So, like, every single level is a different type of video game. So, like, you start off in the Double Dragon stage, then you're in a Super Mario Brothers stage, then... what's after that? I'm pretty sure after that it's the Urban Champion stage, then it's like Legend of Zelda. It's stuff like that. But rather than just being game parodies, it would actually be like each stage kind of focuses on these different aspects of what I like about games. So, like, it would open up with kind of a weird RPG thing. We grind, we grind stats, right. I mean. So, like, you get your character stronger, that.
But men can't scissor. Sure they can.
So, you would have, like, an RPG stage, you would have a point-and-click stage, you would have a side-scrolling beat-em-up. It wouldn't just be, like, one stage per genre, but just to say that it would mix it up like that.
Okay. And now, would there be advantages depending on, like stages, like, if you pick me, like, our stats are fairly straightforward, or even across the board. But if you pick me, there's a I have an advantage on like these particular like levels, or or when you're grinding away to for points. And if you like a River City Ransom thing where I can stop in the shop and I can buy stuff that will then increase my stats in certain areas for like that would then help me out in the next stage.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Plus, I would like to emphasize on, like, your skill as a writer versus my skill as an artist, that kind of thing, where there's, like, different skill sets there, and obviously you would definitely have an advantage with, like, trivia stuff. So, like, your character would have bonuses if there was ever, like, a trivia stage or anything like that.
So in like a scribble notes type thing, your character would have like an advantage there.
See, I feel like that would be a little bit OP, but yeah, there'd have to be something where, it's something along those lines.
Okay.
So yeah, and there'd be a lot of cameos from the shit that we always joke about. So during the side-scrolling beat 'em up stage, the boss would be Racist Bane.
So what would be interesting is if like during the if you had like little like trivia things. So to earn bonus points, you have if you can find like a trivia guy or something like that, where he'll and then he'll ask you questions that are based off of like things that we said in the show, or even like some of our common like quotes and things. So it's oh, okay, like the response to this, and they're like, oh, no.
And there might be like diverging paths for our characters based off of like areas where our fandom kind of diverges,
right?
Because like I'm an Angband guy, I'm a Sonic guy, you're a Fallout guy, so there might be like something like that where it's like Acomi can't access this area because he doesn't know shit about Fallout.
Oh yes, yeah, that'd be interesting.
So yeah, there's little ways where it could really be interesting, and of course there'd have to be an escort mission where we rescue Child Anakin.
Okay, but if you do that, you have to have it like where it's like you don't just rescue him, but it has to be one of those ones where like you rescue the person, and it's like then you got to get them back to you got to like escort them back to like the safe place.
Yeah, and
it's one of those where that the person always runs ahead. And then, like, people are shooting and shit, and you're trying to stop to, like, this area I've got to go over there and check because I can get, like, some really cool, like power-ups and stuff or weapons or something. But they're running ahead, and you're like, well, don't get too far ahead, asshole. And it's like, what's these guys are shooting at me?
Our characters would get into an argument over something stupid, and then he would wander off and die.
So, but yeah, I was saying you have to have that part where the
no, we're not stopping here and buying hentai for the last time. Where's the damn kid?
So yeah, I was saying you have to have that part where you're escorting them back, but like they have to go through like a desert area.
Yeah.
And like, and every time, like you have to continue to move at a certain pace, even though you're being attacked and stuff. Because if you don't, then he'll be like, "I hate sand," and that'll lower your speed time.
Yeah. And if he ever loses his stamina, he goes, "Wait, I'm tired."
And that's when it goes to like one of those. Not like the kind of you lose like screens, but it's just stopping. They would cut the window screen, show him sitting down in the sand, like, "Wait, I'm tired." And you're like, "Shit, I gotta do this level all over again."
Yeah, and then there's a kart racing scene in the middle, and so the whole time he's going, "Yippee! This is pod racing."
That's what you do. Like if you can like get to a certain point by a certain time, then there'll be like a shopping cart. You can put him in that, and you're running, pushing a shopping cart. And he's like, "Yippee!"
And so then it would be like the bonus level of Lion King, where like it's your character running in the middle, and you're moving him left and right to avoid the obstacles. Yeah. So somewhere in there, we'd have to fit in like a dating sim for all of the celebrities that we've just said horrible, horrible things about, and then just like randomly Sonichu and Nicolas Cage and like Tommy Wiseau. It's like if you pick the wrong dialogue options with Tommy Wiseau, he'll go, "Don't touch me, motherfucker."
See that? No, that would be awesome.
So yeah.
Let's go through.
And no damn clue what the final boss would be.
I don't either. I have no idea. See, I was thinking that. See, I had an idea for. I didn't really have like a good format for the game, but for some reason I was thinking something along the lines of A Boy and His Blob, where
I'll be the blob.
Well, so if you've never played A Boy and His Blob, first time I ever played it, I fucking hated that game. Because here's how the game works. You're a boy, you find this alien blob, And the blob can change shape.
Yeah.
And it changes shape with jelly beans. So you give it a jelly bean, and depending on what flavor it is, it depends on what shape it'll turn into. Well, here's the problem. You don't know what it'll turn into until you give it a jelly bean. So if this is the first time you've ever given it like a brown jelly bean, you don't know what it's going to turn into until that happens. The big problem is, though, is that you may have only collected one brown jelly bean. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, for that level, you're only going to get one. So if you do it and it turns into a ladder, and you don't need a ladder at that moment, well, guess what? You're fucked. Because when you get to the point where you're going to need a ladder, you don't have the jelly bean.
Nice try, you jackass.
and that's what's really sucked about that game. So when I first played it, not knowing what it was,
Yeah.
and that you had to do all this stuff, and I give him the thing, and I'm like, well, that's of no use to me, right? And then later on, I'm like, well, shit, I'm all out of fucking jelly beans because, like, I got to get to this wall, and I used the one that turns me into a jackhammer, like, back there because I didn't know what the fuck it did.
Right.
And then the thing is, the game doesn't end. You're just stuck.
Yep.
Like, you can't move forward. You can't move backwards. You're just stuck.
Yep.
So the game should have been called A Boy and
his bullshit.
and a foot up his cartridge because...
See, I thought the concept was so good that I never really had a chance to get mad at the game, but I never played it that much either.
I'll tell you a game I really liked, which I think would be a cool game for us, is Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a really fun game.
So Zombies Ate My Neighbors, with you and I, like, running through, and instead of the zombies, it's just, like, all the people that we've, like, made fun of or talked about, and, you know, like, coming to get us, like we're being chased out of town or something like that.
You have that Earl Hypernova guy or whatever his name is. Shit, was his name Earl? It might have been, like, Ned Hypernova or something. The Hypernova guy.
Right. I think that's Earl or something like that.
I have psoriasis, and he beats me.
And, you know, we've got to run through, and, you know, and of course it keeps ramping up to, you know, bigger and even more horrendous. So that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
But my initial idea was something following along the lines of like A Boy and His Blob, where we have these like not jelly beans, we'd have some kind of like items, maybe like totems,
yeah,
or tokens, and they would be basically give us temporarily the powers, abilities from a character from another video game.
Nice.
But of course, it's going to be like this particular one works better in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to know which ones will work better, and then I wouldn't limit it to where like, well, you're only going to get one of each one you need for that level.
Right.
So you may be able to get more, but you'd have to really search for it to find it.
Yeah.
To get more. And
we're following the River City Ransom thing. There could be like item shops. So
right.
if you run out of items, you'd have to grind up on bad guys to get like money to buy the items back.
Or you could like buy the like you remember in River City Ransom, like you could buy the learning manual.
Mm-hmm.
So you could buy the totem, but then you'd have to get the necessary items, whatever it is, to power it up.
Yeah.
So you could have it, and then you could maybe either has to be fully powered up for you to use it, or you can use it based on the amount of power it has, but obviously it's not going to last as long.
Right.
You know? And then of course that's where you'd be grinding to try to get more of a particular like energy or whatever that you need to power that up. But you've got them. And you know, once you have it and you learn it, you have it. You just have to be able to pay for it.
Yeah.
See, that'd be kind of cool. So I had that kind of an idea.
I do like that.
And then you're going through, and then you could even still keep it kind of like the River City Ransom thing. But I would be kind of cool because you know I love playing Contra growing up.
Right.
And one of the cool things about playing Contra was that side scroller thing, and then it would then sometimes turn into I guess you call it a up scroller, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you'd have the first person like part of it. So can you imagine River City Ransom where the next mission is a first person thing where like your like head or body kind of like the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
And you're running down the street and like the enemies are coming towards you and you've got to like punch kick them like in this kind of POV thing. That'd be kind of cool, and then go back to that. But it wouldn't be like your current POV where, you know, we have a full screen and then you just see your fist. Like you would have like like maybe like your head and shoulder would be there, but they would be transparent.
Yeah, like Little Mac.
Right, and
like
then
Super Punch Out.
Yeah, and then you would they still make it a little kind of obscure your vision a little bit there.
Nice. I like it.
And so, I mean, something like that, like I said, to kind of vary it up so it's not the same thing. But you were talking about how, like an RPG, and you have the dialogue tree.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was thinking, okay, what would actually be cool is if he had that, and then, so if we're playing our characters, someone's playing our characters, then they have to respond like we would.
Yeah.
Which means that on the response, so the right response is going to give you the right answer.
Right,
okay?
Right.
But responses also have points associated with them. So if I say this one, I'll get like X amount of points. So, so let's take, for example, like here's the dialogue scene, and I've got 4 responses, and like, but like, okay, sure, I'll play along is like the main one, but maybe it only has like 5 points.
Right.
But if I say that's milk and eggs, bitch, that's 15 points. But I know saying that is not going to get me the response I want.
Right.
But I'm going to get more points for it.
See, you could set as to an adjustable easy mode where there's just like gimme answers that's correct for our characters no matter what the situation is, where it's just like racist joke, sexist joke. Child Anakin reference.
and then every once in a while you hit the button and you're like, shit man, you stole my line.
It's just like, if you get stuck with Acomi's dialogue tree, you just hit like racist jokes like, what the fuck are you, Italian or something? Get the fuck out of here.
And so like in the decision tree you have like 4 options. There would also be a 5th option, but the 5th option actually costs you points, and that's where you would blame the other person you're not playing. So if you're playing Acomi, then you would blame Turk, but then that would cost you like 50 points. It would get you through that. It would get you through that dialogue scene, right? Yeah. But it would cost you. So you're like, hey, I want to be careful about how many times I use that.
I like it.
See, that could be fun.
Yeah. Oh, on mine with all the multi-genres, there could be a fighting game genre one where you take control of Johnny Sacco's giant robot.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
What about here's the thing. This would be good. Is like not the final boss, but the what do you call the next to final boss?
Like the mini boss? Or...
Well, not he wouldn't. So sometimes like you go through, and he's not a mini boss, but you'll have that like River City Ransom had that where you had to fight that one guy.
Yeah.
And then you could fight the big guy, but he's not really a mini boss. Almost like a first final boss or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it would be like one of us where maybe we've been brainwashed or kidnapped or whatever. So if they're playing you.
Yeah.
Then you're in Leopardon, but you have to fight Giant Robo.
Nice.
And then the opposite for that.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Now, I would say though, if in that situation though, I would, as much as I love Giant Robo, I love Big O more. So I think I'd have to say I want Big O instead of Giant Robo. But since
I don't think Giant Robo could really hold up to Leopardon anyway.
No. But since we've been, to go along with the theme of the show, which is we have not been watching episodes of Big O, we've been watching Spider-Man and Johnny Sacco. So it would have to be Giant Robo.
And I really just don't know who the final boss would be. We could have a time travel stage where we go and kill Hitler at Camp Crystal Lake.
Oh, yeah.
Or I guess, to really be appropriate, it would just be like us getting chased by Jason throughout time. But then we go kill Hitler along the way. Oh,
what we have to do is, we're getting chased by Jason, but we have to, not get too far away.
Yeah,
so as we're making time jumps, because we're trying to get him to
Hitler. Nice. And so we have to lead him around water so that he doesn't drown. Right. Yeah, he got swimming.
Yeah, not get too, not let him, not get too far away from him. Make sure he stays close, but not close enough where he can actually kill us. But the other part of that is, in order for Jason to keep his energy up, though, he has to kill somebody. So we have to lead him to the other counselors, right? I don't have to do it. I don't have to outrun Jason.
Just you. Or we could do the. We could do the reference to that one where we talked about him visiting different sitcoms and killing the people there. Just chase him into different TV sitcoms. Now you see what the thing is here with this boy here with the machete.
I told my kids not to run with scissors, so you shouldn't be running with the machete.
And then I guess the final boss would just be us like winding up in hell and having to face the devil. It's like, oh yeah, you guys, you're fucked up.
I think the final boss would be like a representation of cancel culture, like an attorney, and like it would be like
we just have to fight Tumblr.
What's the attorney's name?
Phoenix Wright.
Right. It would be like him. He reached into his briefcase and he would pull out representatives of like the different things that we've said that are horrible, like pull this out and throw it at us,
like
and then
Twitter screenshots.
we'd have to like fight that out.
Objection.
And the thing is, like, we can't beat him. What we have to do is we have to basically dodge, and like the things that he throws at us, we have to defeat that in a THX 1138. So in the end of THX 1138, the guy is getting away. I'm trying to think of his name. Robert Duvall. Mm-hmm. So his character is running away, and the police are chasing him, and they've got like their dispatch people that are keeping an eye on that. And as he's getting away, there's this tally of how much it's costing to pursue him, and then eventually it gets to the point where they call it the pursuit because it's costing too much.
Nice.
And they stop. So that's what we have to do, kind of with him, is that we have to dodge his attacks and then like defeat some of the things he stows us, and basically delay while his money ticks down to zero. Yeah. Since he's an attorney, and then once it ticks down to zero, it's like, well, no one's paying me anymore, so then I walk away. Like, so we can't actually defeat him. We just have to just delay long enough to where they just don't have the money to keep it up anymore.
I like it.
And of course, whenever we take a hit, right, then that increases the money.
Right.
Increases
right.
It's like, oh, see, we got him weak. We got to press the attack. Yeah, we just made a horrible video game.
I'd play the hell out of that shit. What are you talking about?
I mean, you and I would, but I don't think anybody else would.
Yeah, I mean, just intersperse some like Sonic Dreams Collections level of fucked up.
Oh, jeez, and we're golden. God, that part where he gives birth to Tails, like what? Oh man, I'm sort of watching.
I ate too much cake.
Oh man, we have to have something like that. What was that game that you were playing where the black stuff would the darkness would come after you, or the?
Oh, was that
the one where you would wake up and you didn't remember where you were and you had to go through the house and stuff?
Wake up. Deep sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deep sleep, deeper sleep, and deepest sleep.
Oh, God. I love watching you play that. That was hilarious. Oh, man. So
I'm not the best at horror games.
If you guys have not checked that out, go to our YouTube channel, Korova Entertainment on YouTube, and look that up and watch Acomi, and make sure you've got the sound on, because when he screams, it's the best thing. It is the absolute best.
Yeah, I handle horror games like a little bitch.
Oh man, that made my morning when I watched that. I was like, that's hilarious.
That scene where your damn character drops the screwdriver. I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh yeah.
So we have to have some kind of moment like that. Or, the other game, Until Dawn.
Until Dawn, yeah. We'd actually have to post the Until Dawn playthroughs before we could make that reference, but yeah.
Oh, God, that was so great.
Shit, we just gave her some help.
Oh, I mean, I know we've talked about this over and over again, but I still cannot get over how satisfying that was. And because, I mean, it gives you the option, shoot her. I'm like, okay, I'm going to shoot her. And then he shoots her. I'm like, holy shit, it shot her,
Yeah,
right?
like, I don't know what we were expecting because they always do what you say that they're going to do.
Yeah, and he shot her. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, I don't regret that at all.
Just the waveform on the mic was just solid blue from when we were scream laughing.
Oh, man, that was the absolute best. Oh, man. Ah.
So, yeah. So, a little bit of a short episode, but, I mean, hey, that's our shitty video games, yeah?
Yeah, that's, I think that works, man. We could do it in a lot of different ways, but I mean, maybe even combine them. Well, I like the idea of it having several different formats.
Yeah, yeah.
And that they play, so the game is not boring. It, you know what we could do is, if we depending on how we wanted to do it, we can maybe even be able to like work like a Final Fantasy element type of thing in there where we can recruit people that have been guests on the show.
Yeah.
To help out, in different levels.
Very nice.
So I think that could be kind of cool. Be like like the Avengers game. You're like, summon some help and like, thank you, J.O. Bowyer. I can't move.
Oh, that's got to be one of our references when we face the final boss, and he says, "You'll never escape," and we say, "You'll be the one escaping."
God, I love that. That makes no sense. You cannot escape. You'll be the one escaping. I mean, I get it, but that doesn't make any sense at all.
It both makes sense and doesn't make sense.
Nobody even fucking talks like that. That's fucking baby talk. I mean, it's that. Like what? Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
I'd have so much fun with that.
That would be really cool. So hey, if any of you guys are coders or game developers or whatever, hit us up.
Oh man, there would be one episode where one level where we just have to like fight all the shitty characters from Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, whatever that game was called.
Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate.
Yeah. And you're like, oh,
like geez. All you do is just mash the Y button to win. It's just a button mashing stage for like 15 minutes.
Oh, like I remember when AVGN did that gameplay of it was that Penn and Teller game, but it had the one segment in it, the driving game. We had to drive them.
Yeah,
the thing. But
bus.
Right, but you can't cheat. You actually just have to sit there and drive, and it's all in real time and drive like that. So like this thing, like you have to sit there and actually just play through and just button mash the whole time. All you do is just hit that one button. Oh, this just constantly like for the next like hour and a half. And as long as you're button mashing, there's no way you can lose. You just have to just keep hitting that button and keep hitting that button. Until like until your fingers wear out.
We'd have to actually make a really good reward for that,
though. Yeah, they send us a receipt and we buy their game from them, so they don't have to worry about having it in their collection anymore.
But yeah. Anybody out there who's like an artist or a coder or a game developer of any sort, just hit us up and send us an email with your offer and we'll delete it. Bye, everybody.
I was just thinking, like on the menu screen, you select like one of us, like you or me, be like, "What the fuck, man?" And the game has to start, even though it won't have anything to do with the plot of the movie. The game has to start off with like whoever the bad guy is, just walking up and just like punching a girlfriend in the stomach and then throwing her over his shoulder and walking away. and then you and I see it, but like, you gonna go rescue her? Fuck no.
Run that bitch.
It's like, well, why? So she can turn around and leave me next week? And then the game starts off, we just go somewhere. And the very end, like, after the credits are rolling, we get to the end sequence, and the guy sitting there with a girlfriend all tight, it was like, I don't think they're gonna show. I think that caps it off really well.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, and after that we'll have like like a choice option is like, pursue the guys that kidnapped your girlfriend, or like, go do this. And like, if you say pursue, it just keeps taking you back to the menu. Like, it never will until you hit the other option. And if you hit the button like too many times, say that you hit it like 15, 20 times, right? Like a thing pops up with us like, dude, apparently you're too stupid to fucking know how to play video games. And it just goes game over and takes you back to the title screen.
Yeah, we finally beat the boss and save the girl. And she's like, don't you want to get married? It's like, nah, thanks. We don't believe in sticking our dick in crazy. And as she leaves, we say, well, bye.
The bad guy's walking off with her, like throwing over his shoulder.
That's how the game ends. It's the bad guy just hits her in the stomach again and carries her off again.
And then just lean out the window like, au revoir, Shoshana!
That's the perfect ending. Since we've already established we don't beat the bad guy, we just make him run out of money.
Oh,
he just kidnaps the girl again, and we're just like, okay, bye.
That we could have like several different endings, and like another one would be like they end up hooking up, and then we just see it's like, hey, honey, you want to go to a movie? That sounds great. And he punch her in the stomach, put her on her shoulder. We're like, maybe we can go out to dinner first. Sure. He punch her in the stomach, throw her on her shoulder. And it shows them, then they have like kids. It's like, you guys ready for school? Yeah. Punches both kids in the stomach. It's like, if you want to get all the endings, you got to make sure that you beat all the levels right.
That's so good.
It would be like the first video game that's rated like NE, not for anyone.
I love it.
And we would call it Acomi and Turk's Bad Fur Day.
Bad Fur Day, yes. And Knuckles. Acomi and Turk's Bad Fur Day and Knuckles.
Holy fuck, was this Mr. Knuckles?
Yes.
Oh, that's another thing too. Is like you go through and you can get points and you can like unlock like art and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlock art is just be like some of your like bad like Sonichu art, or just some of the stuff you've like drawn at cons.
Yeah. I've got some mean art from cons.
Oh. That's a I think something, once con season starts back up, I think we'll have to have a segment that we'll do, be just like Tales from the Con.
Oh yeah.
So we'll just like, hey, here's another Tales from the Con. Oh, all right.
Yeah, I think it got torn up in my car, but do you remember that day that I just got mad because traffic was so slow, so I just drew a bunch of really mean pictures of people who were walking by the table?
I think so.
I drew that cosplay chick with the caption, "I didn't come all the way out here just for you to look at my ass!"
And that's when I turned to Zoidberg and be like, trust me, I wish I hadn't.
I remember showing that page to Leroy Roscoe, and he was like, you could do a book of sketches like that. It's like he didn't want to actually encourage me to do it.
We're getting away from our podcast, but I still have to say that one of my favorite times at a con was when we were texting during the I don't have any.
The thing is, we can't tell that story on here.
But you're right. There was someone on stage, and they were doing like a Q&A, and we were texting. It was you, me, and Wallcrawler. We're texting back and forth about the Q&A, and that was the absolute best.
I just remember drawing a horse with a pencil clenched in its ass cheeks with the line, "This is how this guy learned how to draw."
It was funny. Like we were doing well, going back and forth, and then at some point, Wallcrawler just stopped, and he was like, I can't be a part of this anymore.
He actually walked up to our table and was like, guys, you have to stop.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was, yeah, we're mean people.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and our podcast, I mean, our video game would definitely reflect that. We're like, yep, here's all the shit.
I love it.
It's the best, isn't it? All right, so yeah, that's us, man.
Yeah. So it'll happen someday. We'll make this game a reality one day.
Yeah. Even if it's low budget, man. We'll you and the captain. So yeah, we'll make it a reality in some fashion. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And it'll be awesome. It'll be worth it. Like when you sit down and play, you'll be like, holy shit, this was worth waiting on. So, yeah, and no, I mean, I'll be playing shit out of it. That's all I was gonna say. I know I'll be playing shit out of it.
Absolutely.
Not sure how well I'll do, but I'll be playing it.
Oh yeah, but yeah, we got a lot of irons in the fire. So
yeah. Hey, see, now I kind of want to play this game like really badly.
Yeah, it'd be so much fun.
I mean, well, really bad is how I play all games, but like, I really want to play this game.
Yeah. Acomi's good ending would be that he just like runs past the girl and like falls into Sonichu's arms. And Sonichu punches him in the stomach and carries on.
Yeah, that'd be the best. You'd be like, you're right by her. It's like, what the fuck?
Anyway, yeah. Well, I have been Acomi.
And my name is Turk182.
Nintendo, call us. We have great ideas.
That's right. Or Bethesda. Yeah, we've Bethesda. It'd be great, and we have all kinds of like add-on content that we haven't talked about here that we could do for expansions of, and we could offer it all for like a season pass.
Yeah,
and give them everything.
Yeah, one easy payment.
Yeah, and until later when we decide we're going to charge them all for it. Call me.
Love you, Bethesda. Bye, everybody. It's been great.
All right there, folks. That was Our Moms Think We're Funny. Let's give them a hand.